Bienvenidos, NAHREP. My name is Jerry Asensio, and I am your host to the ESN Network. With me cada semana, my co-host, Carmen Palumbo.
Thank you, Jerry. Hola, NAHREP family. Yo soy Carmen Palumbo. I am your co-host to the ESN Network, the official talk show of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, a donde negocio y cultura se conectan, where Latino culture and business opportunity intersect.
Now, on this week's episode, an instructional clip on how to send in the chapter event videos. And you know what? Keep those coming in. We want to feature those on Que Pasa segment.
And Hablando Business, there will still be lack of inventory, so Hablando Business is your tool.
So let's get started.
Now, Jerry, I hear that our DC and Bay Area chapters are planning their annual rallies.
That's right, Carmen. It's back to business again. Our chapters hold their annual rallies, and sometimes they fall in the beginning of the year. This year's rallies will be very interesting as, of course, the REO market continues to decline and almost vanish.
And in some people's mind, Jerry, it's actually over and done with.
Actually, you're right about that.
All right, so a big shout out to the Bay Area and DC chapters, so make sure that you're connected to us via Facebook and Twitter as we announce the details of those events.
Last week, we asked our NAHREP family across the country to send us the clips of their events. We thank you so much. Gracias for sending those in. Please keep them coming.
And for those of you who missed last week's show, shame on you. Let's go to a clip giving you tips on what to cover at your event and how to send it to us for Que Pasa NAHREP.
So ESN Familia, how to get your video clip regarding the essence and the beauty of what you're doing at a local level to ESN to put it on Que Pasa. You can actually do it very easily on your own with your own iPad or an iPhone, works just the same. Turn on your camera and hit that record button, but make sure that you include 3 ingredients. Number 1, introduce yourself, introduce the chapter name, the name of the event, and then where your chapter is located. Secondly, get a testimonial from a panelist or somebody that attended the event to say how wonderful or what they took away from it. And third, give us a shot of your crowd and show us how wonderful you had. Standing room only, 400 people in the audience, etc., etc. So I'll take it through step by step. So you just hit record as I'm doing now. Turn it right around and interview yourself. Hi, this is Jerry Asensio. I'm here at the San Fernando, Santa Clarita chapter event, how to become a master at short sales. Second, you find that panelist or the person that's going to give you a test. Juan, can you do me a favor? Come on up here. Come on up here for a second.
Jason,
come on up here.
Let me call you back.
So just tell me.
I got the big boss call. Okay.
What was the best thing that you learned today regarding short sales at this event?
San Fernando was on fire today. It was an incredible event. And more importantly, you know, there's a lot of information on short sales for 2013. That's the information we need. Great event.
And then show us your crowd. Come on, guys. Everybody say hello. Do the wave. Show us everybody that came to your event. Hit stop right there. Boom, and you are done. And then send it to us at esn@nahrep.org, and you may be featured on the next NAHREP Que Pasa on ESN.
And now, let's go to Hablando Business.
What are you trying to accomplish?
Potentially sell a home.
Make sure that the original says we can.
I'm Armando for Hablando Business, and today we got Big Daddy Juan Martinez back on the set. Thank you, bro. So listen, you talk about getting in the office calling. You talk about prospecting. You talk about being productive. Who do you call?
There's a whole list of people that you could call. There's so many sales in each market. Las Vegas market, 46,000 homes sold last year. That's 92,000 commission checks. Every one of those sales started off with a phone call, a solicitation.
A cold call.
That's right. So who do you call? You call expired listings. You can call for sale by owners. You could call probate attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys, modification attorneys. You can call, cold calling, door knocking.
We got to get that list over to the website so our viewers can download. You cool with that?
Absolutely.
So let's role play. Let's do a cold call simulation.
Okay, great. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Armando?
Yes.
Hi, this is Juan Martinez with Century 21. We just listed a home for sale over on Vegas Valley Drive. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, and it's listed for $140,000. I was wondering, who do you know that would like to move into our area?
And that's what you've been doing?
That's what I've been doing for 12 years.
Wow. So let's flip the script. I know before we mentioned that lenders always want our business. Do you cold call lenders?
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity. It's a great business.
What do you tell them?
So let's say you're Armando with Chase.
Okay.
So ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Armando?
Yes.
You know, this is Juan Martinez with Century 21.
What's up, Juan?
I hear a lot of great things about you. I heard you're a great manager there at Chase. And so I wanted to ask you, I know there's a lot of business that goes on with the local branches, a lot of buyers that come into the branches that want to get get approved with a loan, and then go out and look for a home. Can we set a meeting up, possibly for today, if not tomorrow, to sit down and discuss working together? Is that something you would consider?
No, I love it. I think it sounds simple. I think lenders want to meet with realtors, so I think it's a win-win situation. So that's how you've been doing it for, I mean, it's worked? You never had to change it? Or?
Absolutely. I count how many contacts I make a day, how many contacts before I get a listing presentation, you know, how many buyers we're getting from prospecting. Everything's measured, everything's accountable, and that's how we operate as a business.
So before we finish this segment, what do you think is the biggest downfall that prevents those realtors from making these kind of calls?
Well, one, they don't know what to ask. They don't know where to start. They don't know who to call. And all they're doing is waiting for the business to come to them. See, we're in a sales business, and a salesperson should go out and look for business. They should be door knocking. They should be cold calling. They should be calling expireds, FSBOs, calling your past clients and center of influence. It's the most important call to make. You call your past client and say, hey Armando, you know, I haven't talked to you for 2 or 3 months. Just calling to see, is there anything I could do for you in the business of real estate?
And you've mentioned that if you do that right, you work your database right, you're gonna receive a 10% success rate.
If you work your database, you build your database every day, you will get a 10% return from your database every year. If I have 500 clients in my database, I'm gonna get 50 transactions every year from my database.
I know this is a segment, but you're also a personal mentor of mine. I've taken what you've told me of the past, and it's helped me out, so I want to thank you for that, and thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm Armando for Hablando Business. We do answer your Twitter requests, so make sure you're following us on Twitter and liking us on Facebook. Y hasta la próxima.
As usual, a great way to start our Monday morning.
I agree. There is no better way, Carmen. But now it's time for El Tip de la Despedida. Now, last week, we talked to all of you about putting your goals in writing. And for those of you that took action, the question is, where are your goals today? Are they in the forefront of your mind?
And I gotta tell you, Jerry, you couldn't have picked a better tip, because honestly, by the second week of January, mine are gone.
And that's most of America. So we want to give you a couple of tips on how to keep them in the forefront of your mind and how to make them totally impact your business and your bottom line. Number one, you have to read them many, many, many times a day. The easiest way for me is I PDF them and put them, of course, on my handy iPad.
And if you're in the mirror as much as I am, you can always tape it to your mirror every morning so you can see it.
And for those of you that are old school, go back to basics. Put it on a 3x5 index card and plaster it all over your office and all over your bedroom.
And also, another great idea is, as many times as you get on Facebook, look at your list. All right, and before we leave you, make sure that you're following us on Twitter and liking us on Facebook. Y ahora, let's go to La Canción de la Semana. Pitbull, Don't Stop the Party.
I bet y'all having a good time out there. Don't stop the party. Don't stop the party.
Now, as usual, a great way to begin our Monday. I'm sorry, let me start over again.
Right on my iPad where I can act. Whoa, what the? This is not an iPad. Trying to knock me out or something, huh?
That's like 25 pounds, right?
Yeah. 25 pounds of sand, huh?